So it looks like the rumors about Kim Zolciak-Biermann's money trouble might be true because her lavish home in Georgia is going up for sale in a foreclosure. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I literally had to do some journalistic behavior last night because I did see the story about Kim Zolciak-Biermann's foreclosure. As you know, we've seen this house on Don't Be Tardy for the Party, her very popular reality show, which has since been canceled. And ever since the cancellation, there has been speculation. There has been speculation about her money issues. So I had to kind of go back and look at my own videos and the coverage about Kim Zolciak-Biermann. And I had at least 2 videos in the last year about, first of all, sidebar, I've come very far when it comes to audio quality, video quality, presentation, growth, evolution. But apparently, Kim Zolciak-Biermann has not evolved from her spending. Because in the first video that I covered in regards to Kim Zolciak possibly, allegedly, having some sort of money issues, it was her asking for money on her Linktree. According to our friends over at Reality Blurb, Kim Zolciak may need some money. In a now deleted link from her Linktree, it seems as if she was asking for, quote, support. So Kim shared a link on her Instagram bio that features several of her businesses, including Cashmere, Salty K, Swimmer Line, KAB Cosmetics, which she recently launched with her daughters, Brielle and Ariana. However, at the bottom of this link tree, she was asking for support. Support me. And you could donate $5, $10, $20, and $50. So I ran over just to let me see if this is still there. But I'm sure because she saw that we were talking about it, she decided to take it off of her link tree. But also in a recent question and answer that she did on her Instagram, one of the questions people were asking, which a lot of people have asked over the years, what does Kroy do? Or does Kroy work? Well, this was Kim Zolciak's response. She says, Kroy manages all of our careers and Salty K Swimwear. He also made close to $20 million, so we are good. Well, you know, people were speculating that there were money issues happening with the couple after Kroy was accused of owing his former NFL agent more than $22,000. But when you think about that in the largest scheme of things in regards to the amount of money they made for a reality show and their side businesses, $22,000 wouldn't be a lot of money. To court documents obtained by Page Six back in November, the agent claimed he had made repeated attempts to collect money with no success. Fortunately, though, Kroy eventually coughed up the money in June, according to Radar Online. The outlet reported that the debt has finally been settled. And then when we were talking about it, she had taken it down. But also in a Q&A with her fans, people were asking, what does Kroy do for a living? Remember, Kim met Kroy on Real Housewives of Atlanta. We found out that he was in football. Well, according to Kim in that Q&A, he manages all of our careers. He manages another one of our businesses. And he also made $20 million. So a lot of people cite that as, no, they're fine. They don't have any money issues. Well, then in my second video, I was talking about them selling their personal items, like their clothes, things that they had already worn for full price. They were selling these things. Kim Zolciak-Biermann's new website, The Biermann's Closet. And this is where you're able to get an inside look of all of Kim's stuff, her kids' stuff, and Kroy's stuff, and buy them for full price. For full price. Things that she's worn for full price.
But the most interesting part is that when you go to charities on the website, it simply says this: clothes for a cause. Okay. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to some of the Biermann's favorite charities. They don't tell you the charities. Is the charity herself? Quite possibly.
So there has been a lot of smoke around Kim Zolciak-Biermann's money. But Kim has really downplayed that and then said, reality TV was still in her future. Most recently, a lot of people were asking, why weren't you at BravoCon? And she simply replied, I wasn't invited. Well, a lot of former housewives weren't invited. Yes, there were some that were there, but there were a lot that weren't. Okay? So now, according to our friends over at Two Bravo Sisters were the first place that discovered this. And it can be found on law.com. Because you know what we do here? We cite our sources. So I'm not going to show you the documents because there is some personal information on there. But based off of the documents, we literally see that the home is going up for sale in Georgia. It's going up for sale in Georgia because of unpaid $300,000 in taxes. Look, y'all know I am not an expert in real estate. I just like to look at it. So I had to ask some of my real estate folks that follow the channel that weigh in. And if you are a real estate agent or broker and you have more to add to this story, please feel free in the comment section because I don't think we will stop talking about this. So according to these documents, literally, this home is going up for sale. So what Brooklyn Star, who if you listen to the channel, we were going back and forth in the Discord talking about this story. And she said that she's surprised that Kim didn't decide just to sell the home. She could have easily made over $3 million on the home. And she's wondering why exactly she wouldn't just sell the home. Brooklyn Star believes as if that their intention is to be rid of this home and then move to Tennessee, like the Chrisleys. But this isn't necessarily over. Kim and Kroy could literally pay off what they owe on this home and it won't go up for sale. However, shout out to Brooklyn Star. Brooklyn Star said that she will do her due diligence as a real estate agent and she'll be at the courthouse in November to see if someone buys it. She says, trust, someone will, I feel like there will be a bidding war because it is a beautiful home and in a very affluent community. Yes, there have been robberies in this community, including Kim's home. However, but we told you the streets are hot in Georgia. All of this to say that all of that smoke that we were talking about less than a year ago, is apparently true in regards to Kim Zolciak's money issues. Well, some people might say maybe she wants to downsize, but why would you get into a point where your home is in foreclosure? And she has a ton of kids that still live with her. So downsizing doesn't make sense to me, at least not right now. But as always, look, I'm not an expert in this field. Some of you might say, well, this is the reason why she might allow her home to go into foreclosure. Look, I'm willing to hear it, but I don't believe it because as I said before, we literally have covered multiple stories where it seemed as if, wait, is Kim really having money issues? Look, all I heard in my head this morning when I was preparing for this story, Big Papa, Big Papa. Sorry. I've been really happy for Kim. Kim went from being on The Real Housewives of Atlanta with the whole Big Papa storyline to falling in love with Kroy, having multiple children, ends up getting her own reality show. But according to Needy, she got it because of the racist things that she said and behavior that she had on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they decided, okay, we don't want that smoke. Let's give her own show. But she had gone on to get a reality show that was on for like 8 seasons. That's unheard of. But as soon as the show ended, it felt like we started to see the cracks in whatever foundation Kim Zolciak had. Guys, I want to know your reaction to this story. I want to hear, shout out to our real estate agents and brokers. I want to hear your, especially if you're in Georgia, your ideas in regards to what is happening exactly here. Why exactly would she allow her home to go into foreclosure if it's not because she just doesn't have the money to pay for it? Guys, as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.